I'm excited. I'm feeling good right now. It's actually going to be my first spring since I've been here. Lord willing, I stay healthy and all that good stuff, but I'm just looking forward to it.
Obviously different expectations from a year ago.
Right.
I think last year was more of a let's see where we're at. This year, is it more of trying to prove who you are?
When you say who, you mean
the
us
team,
as a team?
The team as a whole.
Yeah,
yes.
Definitely. I think the expectations are set by us, though. I think a lot of people can have expectations for us, but I think us as a team, we set our own expectations. So obviously last year we wanted to win the national championship, and we felt like we had the pieces to do it. Just fell a little short. If we had, a different 2 plays, 3 plays, what could have changed our season. So we're definitely just looking forward to it. We're excited about all the expectations, and we're embracing it instead of being afraid of it.
Obviously, there's still ways to go before the season. What, over the next 4 weeks or the next month, is the goal for you guys?
I think this is extremely important for everybody. Us as a team, just to kind of see where we're at. Obviously, this is a different team now. We're not going to be the same that we had Christian, we're losing Rodney Hudson, Kendall Smith, Mr. Alexander, all those guys. So we're missing some great pieces, but I think we're reloading at the same time. We have the #1 recruiting class, a lot of great players coming back this year. So, we're looking forward to it. That's all I can say, man. We're just excited.
Well, I know everybody gets excited.
Right.
The fans, just seeing the recruiting class, what happened in the Chick-fil-A Bowl.
Yes, sir.
How excited does that get you guys for the season?
It pumps us up. You always want to leave your last game with a good taste in your mouth. Beating South Carolina, SEC team that everybody says was going to be more powerful, bigger, and faster than us. I think we showed different in the game. We executed a little better than those guys, and we happened to win the game. So, it left us a great taste in our mouth going into the offseason.
How about you personally over the next 4 weeks? I know now it's your chance, isn't it?
Definitely. This is pretty much a very important, growth phase for me. I think this is going to change my play as a quarterback immensely. Coach Fisher and Coach Craig are going to have a month pretty much to, do whatever they want with me, train my eyes, get me exactly how they want me to be as a quarterback. And I think that's only going to help me transform into the player that I need to be and to be the best leader and the quarterback for this team.
How much did playing in a game like the Chick-fil-A Bowl help you grow going into this season? You think that was a big stepping stone for you?
I do. I think playing in all the games I've played in has been a big stepping stone to me. I think every game I've gotten better. Personally, I felt that way. And, just playing in a high-pressure type game, high-pressure type situation, anytime you play here, it's a big game. Always the next game is the next big game. So you definitely want to be a part of that. But just having the opportunity to go out there and play and then winning the game, secondly, was huge. I couldn't ask for anything, better than it being, December 31st going into New Year's, so it just left us a good taste in our mouth.
EJ, this is your first chance really addressing standing up there as a starting quarterback at Florida State. I'm curious how that feels.
It's new. It's definitely different. I guess just doing small things like this, I've always kind of had some leadership roles on this team. Obviously, Christian was a starting quarterback, but, this is different. Getting used to, things like this is going to be good for me.
Has it felt, the last 2-3 months, have you thought about you think about what you say on days like this?
Not really. Curran told me about this not too long ago, but, I kind of speak from the heart whenever I talk to anybody, so, I try not to, have a list of things I want to talk about when I come to things like this, so just speak from the heart.
People look at you, talk to you differently now?
Not too much, and if they do, I can't tell. I don't really pay attention to a lot of that. I'm a personable type of guy anyway, so I don't think people would treat me a little. They might. I don't know. I don't think people would treat me too different though.
A lot of the players that I've spoken with have said that they can tell that this is your team now. What specific things have you done to sort of take an ownership of it, just the offense or the entire team?
I think just small things of not necessarily telling guys what to do, but telling guys what we need to do. And I think taking a lot of the young guys. Not necessarily under my wing, but getting other guys that are my age, like Terrence Parks, Nigel Bradham, big-time leaders on our team, telling those guys that, okay, you need to talk to your guys, make sure they're here when they need to be, or, just tell them small things, give them pointers so they're successful, in the program. I think, we've been watching film with the receivers now. That's something that we kind of just started doing. It only takes 30 minutes to 45 minutes just to do, but I think it's going to help us in our passing game a lot.
We just talked to Bert, and he said something interesting about it. He said people may not know how much of a competitor you are, even maybe more so than Christian was, and you may sometimes play with a chip on your shoulder. Just talk about that a little bit, because you seem kind of mild-mannered. We wouldn't think that about you.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys kind of get that from me. I'm a real laid-back guy. you know, when I'm just talking to people not on the football field. But I think a lot of people say that about Coach Fisher. You know, he's the nicest guy when you're over here, but when you're inside those lines, he's a whole different person. And I think that's what everybody should be. You know, you're not always on the football field. You shouldn't walk around with a frown on your face, but definitely when you're out there to battle. And I think I've always had a competitive nature about myself. It kind of comes from where I come from. You know, there's a lot of great athletes where I've come from, and if you want to be the best, you got to play against the best.
With your injuries past couple of spring, I mean, how beneficial will this couple of weeks be for you in your maturation as a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be huge. That's why I'm so excited, because I'll actually have the opportunity to get reps with the first team, full time, and I'm not hurt at all. Like, I don't have anything that's going to hold me back. I don't have to, worry about, oh, my shoulder might hurt when I throw this ball 60 yards down the field. You can just let it rip. It definitely makes your mind, at ease. You can just go out there and play.
Will be a time to refine certain things in your game.
Definitely. The spring practice is huge. I think it's really the determinant of how you're going to do in the season. So obviously this is a very important time that you want to take your time, go through all your reads. We don't have a game that Saturday, so I mean, we can pretty much just take our time and focus on whatever we want to focus on.
With Ryan graduating, obviously the center exchange is going to be huge for you, because
right.
you're working for David really for the first time, and some other guys. Just talk about how important that is this spring.
Well, actually, we're working with Brian Stork now.
Okay.
Well, whoever they put at center, I know Coach Strick is going to put the best leader that he feels like is going to represent the O-line. And I think whoever is the center is going to do a great job. But so far, I've been working out with Stork. Henry Orellis has also been doing a great job at center. I'm not really sure where Coach Strick is going to have him, but I know Coach Strick is going to do a great job as far as who he puts there.
What exactly were you doing at this time last year, the past 2 springs?
Well, last year, I was probably rubbing my shoulder because it hurt. The spring before that, I was probably like I am now, being excited. I had broke my finger in the first practice, so I was just looking forward to go out there and compete, against the other guys. But it's definitely a difference, and I feel like I've gotten a lot of experience under my belt now. As far as not even just on the football field, as far as in the classroom, making sure you have all your priorities in set.
Stepping into the starting quarterback role, I mean, unlike some guys who come in their junior, senior year, you have an MVP bowl game. You have really big games already. Kind of just talk about that transition, because it's really not a shell shock for you.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's not a huge difference to me. I'm not really, eyes wide open or anything like that. I'm obviously very excited, for the opportunity. But, it's kind of just like, the next process for me in my career here at Florida State. And, I'm going to just walk into it confidently. And, with open ears. I definitely don't feel I've arrived. I'm not perfect at all. And I've always felt like I can get better. And I know Coach Fisher and Coach Craig feel the same way. And I'm sure they're going to drill me and drill me and drill me. And that's what I want.
Did Christian have any final words of advice on his way out?
I'm trying to remember, man. I think I talked to him yesterday. I just asked how he did in the pro day. I heard he did really well. He just said have fun. I remember after the Chick-fil-A Bowl, he told me he was proud of me. He said he'll see me in the next couple years, and I guess hopefully that's at the next level. And he just said enjoy it. And it's also I've always talked to Christian. We've been roommates. When we have away games and home games and things like that. And I think he's going to be a great person to look at as far as modeling what you do off the field, preparing for games. Having everything in line that you need to have in check. I think that's going to help me a lot.
He graduated earlier. Are you on track to do the same?
Yes, sir. I graduate after this fall, after the season in December.
And you go right to grad school?
Yes, sir.